Test 1 2. Yeah. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. My newly named channel is Jake the WIcked, so welcome the new name. So magic mushrooms made me believe in God again. Saying that out loud, it sounds funny, but it's very true. And this little story is from my first ever psychedelic experience. God damn, I am kind of stoned, actually. I think I smoked a little too much herb, guys. I'm really hungry. So, magic mushrooms made me believe in God again. I already said that. When I say God, it might not be the way someone might assume. What? And when I say God, I don't mean that I'm running back to church every Sunday. I mean, it's literally brought me closer to an understanding of what God is, how God is in my life now, how I am a part of Him, how I am continually creating Him. That's a whole other conversation. And how I'm continually creating, and to me, creating music is my way of being here and now and with love, and that's the same thing as God. Anyway, so the story goes like this. I took 1 gram of mushrooms. This was my first ever trip. I was with my brother, my older brother. We both took around the same amount. So this wasn't necessarily a large dose or a microdose. It was kind of in the middle, in my opinion. You'll hear different opinions. And at one point during the trip, I started to feel something talk to me or slash tell me to go to specific places and look at specific things. I was like on a tour, and this little voice energy thing telling me to go places was like the tour guide. This was at the beach, and we were walking on where all the stores are and the restaurants, and this energy started to just tell me specific places to go. Okay, at first it brought me to like some plants, and I picked a flower, and then it told me to go this way, but then it also told me to walk in zigzags, and then it told me to turn around and then turn around again, and like very specific directions. And I'm like, this is so random. Why am I doing a bunch of random things? Why but also, why does this feel so right? I was thinking like, wow, everything is so perfectly perfect at this very moment, even though I'm doing the most random things. This energy is so funny in my head when I recall this memory. It's exactly like, have you seen those old cartoons where the animal character like smells a pie from a it's like a fresh pie that someone cooked, and it's sitting on a windowsill, and the nose holes like get bigger, and it follows the trail of the smell, and you can see the smell. Yeah, it was just like that. It was like an energy. I was just I was kind of floating, like the cartoon. I was floating, following this energy, and during this process of following this trail, I was doing those random things, those random movements, looking at random things, but it was telling me to do those things. It was so weird. And it finally brought us to this kid on the boardwalk from, where we were walking that goes to the beach. He was sitting on the ledge, and I was like, I need to talk to that kid. I need to talk to him now. And me and my brother both walked up to him, and he stops us before we say something to him, and he's like, hey, do you guys know any... He sounded so defeated. He said, hey guys, do you know anyone who has acid? I'm just trying to off myself tonight. And I'm like, whoa. I just went through all of that random movements and directions and thoughts, and it led me to this here right now with this kid who wants to give up on life. So I immediately thought, oh my God, I just talked to God, and he told me I need to talk to this kid right now. And I am very, very convinced that this energy was a higher power. I've never felt so close to God, or a God energy. It wasn't what I thought God was when I was a Christian. It was like this new definition, and what I believe now is totally not what I thought God was in the past. It's God to me now is so different. It's telepathic. It's weird. It's funny. Those are the best terms I can come up with to describe the feeling, or my new definition of God. So we stayed with this kid for like almost an hour and was just talking to him about life and how like you should not think these thoughts, and we're here for you. You can talk to us, you know? And I truly think we made an impact on his life. This kid was 19 and he was homeless. He was living on the streets. He was very dirty. His clothes looked very old. It was very obvious that he was homeless. It's just so crazy that this energy right before, for like a whole hour, I was just following this weird energy, these directions that it was giving me. It was such random things. And what I get from this is no matter what you do, as long as you trust and go with it, then it'll lead you to exactly where you need to be at the right time. And that, in a way, is becoming like God. At least that's what it told me. And that makes sense. And let me tell you guys, I was not spiritual or religious in this time of my life. I was pretty much an atheist and quite negative in general. And just this one experience with 1 gram of mushrooms gave me the experience of God saving a life, trusting myself, and connected me with nature in a span of a couple hours. You could tell by looking in his eyes that he was just ready to leave this planet. I gave him my job information just in case he wanted to try to apply for a job. I was a plumber at the time. Unfortunately, he never showed up at my work, but I have no doubt that he's still on this planet today, and we made a positive impact on his life that day. I know in my heart that's the truth. And so this didn't just redefine God for me, it brought me closer to what God is. And I will never look at nature the same again. Now, when I take a walk in nature, all I see is a network of consciousness waking up in the morning, doing their little job, and going back to sleep, and doing favors for each other. And, and they all do these things in their own little ways and with different attitudes. And I'm here reaping the benefits of all that fresh oxygen they created for me. So I'm a part of their little eco world, and my little job is to provide them carbon dioxide so they can function. So I'm not Jake the plumber from Florida. I'm literally a divine monkey whose most natural state is to be as close as it can to what the earth provides directly. And guess what? So are you. What? What, bro? What'd you say, bro? Yeah, sounds amazing. So when I say it like that, it feels right. And when it feels right, I feel closer to God. I feel like I'm really part of it. I'm not resisting my natural state. And my natural state is this flow of consciousness, this dance that we have with reality in this physical body. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this story. My name is Jake. You can follow me on Instagram at Dazzi The WIcked, which is my music project, and Jake The WIcked, which will be used for my YouTube stuff. So yeah, that's my story. Magic mushrooms made me believe in God again. I'm extremely grateful for that experience. I've had many other divine/mystical experiences, but this was by far the most impactful. and it was my first experience. So that's the story. The story. Bye. Get out of here. Jeez.